Yo, what is good, YouTube? It is your boy Bingo Bob. I'm back with another video, and today's video is very, very special because it's Athena time. And gotta say, I'm hyped for Athena. Athena's the deck I'm playing. I'm gonna go into why that's the deck I'm playing. But you know, we got plenty of new cards to go over, get my thoughts on, and you know, it is actually a lot of cool cards that have been revealed. And I'll go into the teasers you may have missed in the announcement video. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, for once, I'm actually going to start with Athena. I was going to go in order of champions, but we're just going to start with Athena. So Athena is a 1-cost Lunar Divine. It says when you cast Athena, you can chant up to 3 Lunar to it. When this Athena receives 1 or more Lunar, you can change an Elestral to defense position. When you Nexus from Athena, you can change an Celestial to attack position. So, interesting card. So, what's really interesting is, you know, yeah, it's not like Hades. Hades was enchant 1, which made sense, right? But this one is enchant up to 3, which, you know, I think I'm fine with. I think that's, like, fine. Because, like, I don't think it needed to be 1. I don't think it needed to be different. I think, you know, I'm glad they didn't do, like, innovation for the sake of innovation. And Athena is just enchant up to 3. That's great. I love it. Just keep it simple, right? But when it receives 1 or more, you can change a Celestial to defense position, which is interesting. So, this is weird because this card is very similar to Dionysus in a way, right? Because Enraging switch to attack, and Dazing doesn't necessarily switch to defense, but it does stop from attacking, so it's similar. But a question I do have for anyone in the comments that could answer. So Athena, you know, you play it for 1, and then on cast you enchant up to 3. So would the receive effect trigger twice since you cast it effect and then enchant up to 3 effect again? I don't know if it activates twice or just once. If just once, that makes sense, but if twice, that's crazy. Yeah. So you change defense vision, that's pretty cool. And then when you Nexus from this Athena, you can change an Celestial to attack vision. So it's very controlling, right? You're like, okay, you Tsunami my guys, you do anything. No, you don't. You don't actually. And basically, you know, it's like, as a very controlling, very like, okay, I want this Celestial to be this, like, it just gets shit done. Excuse my language. It gets stuff done, okay? Yeah, you know? And I think it is very similar to Dionysus in a way, right? We have to see more Nexus cards. Like, if there's a lot of new Nexus counterings, which there is one announced today, then this card goes crazy. In so many ways. But, you know, you can definitely do a lot of battle tricks with this card. I think this is actually a really, really good Divine. It's hard to tell how good it is. I want to say it's one of the best we've ever seen, but I could just be saying that because of favoritism. So, you know, you know, we'll just have to see, right? We'll have to see. So the next card is Athena's Stratagem. This is a 1-cost Lunar counter rune. You can enchant 1 to an Athena or a champion of Athena on your field. If you do, you may Nexus up to 3 Lunar. So, automatic 3 of. I mean, listen, we haven't seen a lot of the Athena cards, right? But with knowing the deck in mind to have a lot of Lunar Nexus, being able to Nexus 3 for 2 spirits, the cost and enchantment, I mean, that's good, right? And it's not like, oh, what if you don't have like enough spirits to Nexus? You will, because you're enchanting 1 to board, so it solves that problem instantly. It's not like you have to Nexus 3, right? It's up to 3. So, and what's crazy about that is, you know, you think, oh, it's just a really, really good Nexus card, right? But what's great is that it works really good with Athena, obviously, right? Because you can Nexus from Athena, you can Nexus to Athena. Whatever you do, you're going to get a benefit with this card and Athena. So they both benefit off each other, which is really, really nice. I think this is just a great card, and in the art you can see the champ spec, which I included in the thumbnail. I think a champ spec's awesome. The fact that we're gonna have Artemis and Athena is gonna feel a little weird, but you know, it's not the first that we've seen an Elestral go to 2 different Divines. But this guy, I gotta say, he looks sick. I can't wait till we see him. I hope he releases this set, because he looks awesome. I think like Spectrus is one of the coolest Lunar Elestrals, and him being like a knight makes so much sense. So yeah, very, very cool. Good card. Athena and Athena's Stratagem, very good. Now we're going to move on to the champions, which I've actually already talked about one of these, but we're going to start with the Dratumbra, champion of Athena. Now this is the first time we've seen the Dimenshen Ascension line. We have not seen these cards non-champions, just the champion variants, which I'm fine with. To see new Elestrals, right? I'm glad this is a new whole new line of Elestrals rather than just like a champion of some other, Ascension line we've already seen. So, pretty cool. But this is a 4/1 1-cost lunar. It says when you normal cast this Dratumbra, you can search your deck for an Athena and add it to your hand. When this Dratumbra is changed to attack position by a card effect, you can special send it to Lourigon from your hand or deck. That wasn't super hard to read. I don't know why I struggled with that. But anyways, so this card is great. Automatic 3 of. Because basically, you search Athena, which is what you want to do. And even though it doesn't search Stratagem, which I wish it did, I know that I have to be reasonable and say, okay, it does a quick ascend and searches. It probably doesn't need 2 search targets. So I think it's a good searcher. 4/1 is like okay stats. But what the cool part is if it's changed to attack position, you can just basically ascend it. So obviously, like if you play it and then wait a turn and switch to attack, it's not going to ascend. It says from card effect, which there's plenty of tech that I will get into the end of this video to help you guys build Athena and open your guys' eyes up to how good this deck could be. Because just going off of these cards, sure, the deck seems fine, but there's plenty of tech I will talk about, so stay tuned to the end. Plenty of cool stuff you may not have thought of. So, Dratumbra, right? Basically, you special send to Lourigon, which you've seen Lourigon. I've actually talked about this card. It's the card I was talking about. I've talked about. Lourigon champ. Basically, you Nexus can't be destroyed. If you next Lunar's turn, cannot be destroyed by rune effects, and then when it receives one more, heal 2. So it's your heal card. You quick ascend it to an 8 that can heal every turn, and then there's a good trap card that can Nexus. Talking about Dreamwalk, not good. But there's a good trap card that can Nexus. So basically, start of the turn, you go play Stratagem, enchant, Nexus to Lourigon, or however way you want to Nexus. Can't be destroyed by Earthquake or none of that. So you do it at the start of the turn just so like you can not get Earthquake. Say if you know they have Earthquake, you can use that to your advantage. But that's a good combo already. And not to say there won't be any more Nexus Lunar cards. Dreamwalk could get better. But like that card I think it's still kind of bad because it says on cast. So like you could argue that with me in the comments, but I don't think that card's good. But yeah, these two seem very good. The risk is like, okay, I'm gonna play this guy in defense, and then like if the search doesn't go through, then I'm cooked. Dratumbra is a 1, and I'm cooked. But that's the risk, and I think that's good. I think that's good that it's a really, really good searcher that has a really easy quick ascension, but it also has that risk to it. So yeah, I like that. But what you could also do is go Dratumbra and attack, search Athena on receive, switch to Dratumbra, Nexus, and then go switch to and then switch back to attack. So you could go like attack Dratumbra, search, switch it to defense off of Athena effect on receive, and then go Nexus Athena effect to switch it back to attack, and then boom, you search. So you mitigate the risk a little bit less, right? So that's pretty like I said, Lourigon's pretty good too. And then we have Dimenshen. So there's no quick ascension from Lourigon to Dimenshen, but I think that's okay. Reason is, you have Komalisk, is a spectral searcher. And that is the entire ascension. Line. So just put in perspective, this line is going to be very consistent, right? Sure, you can't ascend. You just play it's a slower ascension from Lourigon to Dimenshen, but I think that's okay. I think it's fine. I think that's like necessary. Okay, and it's a 10, 14, 3-cost lunar. You can Nexus up to 3 lunar. When this Dimenshen receives one or more in a Nexus, you can target and destroy a card. If you do, you may enchant lunar from your underworld to your field up to the number of spirits that were enchanting that card. So what's great about this is like they have any divine on board, you're enchanting like two to four. You know, at the average, right? You kill a boss monster. That's enchant 3 lunars aboard. Is it susceptible to shield? Yes. But it just says card. So you won't get, say if you destroy face down, that could possibly be shield if you don't want to risk that. You aren't getting the enchanting from Underworld boost, but you are so it says destroy card. It's pretty much like a really big Lourigon, which I'm not complaining about. That's like fine. It's just a better Lourigon, which is like cool. And I think it's fitting because like this is the Nexus form of Lourigon, but it's the next ascension. We haven't seen the ascension of Lourigon. Okay, I'm yapping, but my point is it's similar to Lourigon, but I think it's still good. 10-14, you go 14 defense, playing defense position, and you can swap it whenever you want, pretty much. So you don't got to worry about putting it in the wrong position. I mean, you do, but like my point is like it is very easy to swap it back to whatever position you want it to. So yeah, I think the entire essential line's good. I think Athena and her signature rune, the Stratagem, is great. And yeah, I think they're all good. Now with the tech I wanted to talk about. So, as we know, Athena, like I said, Ascension, or not Ascension, position swap and Nexus stuff. Great. But you know what else does that? Water Lunar. Especially Tsunami High Tide. Guys, listen, I'm putting you guys on ball knowledge, okay? Elite ball knowledge here. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to hold this to myself. I'm just going to share this with the rest of the community and say, Tsunami High Tide. Holy crap. This card goes crazy. This card goes crazy. Basically, it says change position of up to 2 Elestrals. So, just going off of Dratumbra, that's insane. On top of that, on top of changing the position of 2 Elestrals, you get to enchant Water Lunar to your field. To your field. Not just Elestral. Field. Number 1. Position swap's crazy. Number 2. Enchant to your Athena. Enchant the Lunar to your Athena to activate your receive effect. Guys, this card is crazy. Am I wrong? This card goes crazy in this deck. Yeah, it does. It has to. I'm running the 2 water to run 3 of these. I don't care. This card's great. This card, I think, fits right into Athena. This card is great. Like, I think this is, like, elite ball knowledge tech right here. Okay? And mark my word, this card is going to be good in Athena. Okay? Maybe that's predictable for most people. Maybe I'm not onto something too crazy. Like, oh, yeah, well, duh, we all knew that. No, well, maybe. I don't care. I just want to share this to anyone that hadn't figured this out. High Tide goes crazy. And also, you know what else goes crazy? Joblin. So, oh my gosh. Joblin would just go absolutely wild in this deck. So, basically, Joblin says you can expend 1 change position of an Elestral, which is like fine. And then not if it's non-water chance, which you don't really care about. But when 1 or more Elestrals change the positions, you can draw a card. So, with Athena, you get to change positions constantly. With High Tide, like I mentioned, you have stuff like Alter the Stars, stuff like that. You're really able to draw a lot of cards really fast. So a lot of draw advantage with this card. So yeah, that's the tech that I have. If you guys have any more tech that you want to share in the comments, go ahead. Be like, yo, this goes crazy with Athena as well. Go ahead and feel free to share. But the whole reason I'm playing Athena, the very reason I started playing Athena is because I'm like, okay, I heard rumors that like, Athena is gonna be like Lunar Nexus stuff. So I'm like, oh, that's awesome, because one of my favorite cards that I never have like used, I'm like, oh, this card's sick and I want to use it, but like it never comes up, is Tarot Star. This card, just want to say, I'm like, if there's ever a second Lunar Divine, this card goes crazy. And better yet, if it's like a Nexus archetype, it goes even crazier. And what do you know? Athena is another Lunar Nexus bank and a Nexus archetype. So Tarot Star just goes crazy. But what's really cool is that there's actually a Tarot Star champ that was teased in the end of the Snowshade, recent Snowshade announcement video. So we're possibly going to get a quick ascension into Tarot Star. If that's the case, just want to let you know I'm one-tricking that the entire set. If Nemi Star is a quick ascension into Tarot Star or something like that, right? I don't care how good the new Terra Star is. I'm running like at least one new or old Terra Star. Because I love that card. I think that card's awesome. I just never get to use it. Because like, it's not like viable at all. You can't really use it. And I think it's gonna really get its time to shine now. And yeah, I think it's really cool. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. Hope you enjoyed. If you wanna stay up to date with anything Elestrals, Snowshade discussion wise, or anything tech wise, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, that's gonna do it. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm Bingo Bob. Goodbye.